Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad all are here. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. I'm going to be doing a virtual card class using the Pick of the Patch stamp set and using the Builder Punch. So let's get started. If by chance I'm going too fast, you can always rewatch the video. We're going to make three really awesome, is it 3 cards? 3 cards, and we're going to be making a little treat box. So let's start with our first card. Seeing as Halloween is right around the corner, we are going to make this awesome card. Isn't that cute? And it just opens just like that, and you can write your little greeting in there. Have to love a fun fold card. So I'm going to show you how we do that. So what I had done is I had cut out some Pebbled Path cardstock, and we are going to do some scoring. So let me get my tool here. And you're going to score on each side at 2, let's see if I can remember it. It was 2 1/8. All right, we don't want the cutting blade, so we're going to move that out of the way real quick. So 2, so this is 1/4, here is 1/8. And we're just going to score that. We're going to do the other side at 2 1/8. Right there. And get that out of the way. And let's start building our card. So we're just going to fold those in. Take your bone folder and do that as well. Now you're going to be taking your designer series paper, and I took the paper, this is out of Them Bones. So these are some little bones, and they make like a little zigzag pattern. And then on the back are some little skeletons. The skeletons are so cute. All right, so we're just going to put a little adhesive on the back side here. And put that right here in the center. I got to move it closer so I can see. All right, so right in the center, we're going to do the same with the other piece. And then I'll just go towards the bottom of the little bottom flap. And then, this is too dark to write anything on, so we're going to take a piece of just basic white cardstock and put that on the inside. Now you can go ahead and stamp something on the inside if you would like. Just going to center that. There we go. Now we want to build the top of our card. So I have a piece of basic black, and I had already gone ahead and cut out a piece of cardstock. We're going to do some stamping. So I'll grab my little black mat because it's the photopolymer stamps. And I find with these stamps you do need to use the black mat so that you get a nice sharp image. All right, so I'm going to pick up my bird and make a longer one for my tree branch. And we're going to use just our black ink. I'm going to move that over. We'll juice that up. And we're going to put that right on the side here. Just like that. And I want to use my little crow. Yes, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Fall is like my favorite season. I love it. So we have our little crow right on there. You could probably place them anywhere you'd like. You could stick them up on top of the tombstone. That'd be kind of cute. All right, so next, let me just close this. And then we'll attach these two pieces. Yeah, this morning I woke up and it was like 65 and muggy. Now it's down to like 40 something and cold, windy. All the leaves are blowing everywhere. Kind of crummy out. All right, so because this is a fun fold, we do not want to put adhesive on the entire back. All right, so we are going to put some, let's see here. No, we're going to just adhere it flat, and we're just going to do it at the top. So we're just going to go at the top, just a couple long strips just to make sure it holds. We'll lay our card flat and put this on. There we go. Now we need to stamp our sentiment. So I already die cut a little label. This is out of the Stylish Shapes. And we're going to use Starry Sky. And let's see here. This is such a cute stamp set. I'm not a big, huge Halloween person, but I just think this is really, really cute. All right, get that there, and we'll juice him up. I pressed a little hard on that. And we're just going to center it. There we go. A lot of ink to wash off of that one. Whew. Pressed just a little too hard. All right. So that is done. All right, now what we want to do is we want to grab a piece of scrap paper, and you're going to make sure it's thick enough because we're going to be coloring a ribbon. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this black and very vanilla ribbon. We're going to tie just a really small, cute bow. And I like to tie them first before I color the ribbon, because then I know exactly how much ribbon I'm going to need, and I don't have to color more than I need to. You always want to cut your ribbon at an angle. I'm going to match the angle. Try to. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. All right, I think I need to take a little more off of this side. All right, so get yourself a piece of scratch paper. I'm going to be using our blender pen. I'm going to use the dark Cajun Craze, and I'm going to use the brush tip. And all we're doing is we're just going to color it. Now you could color it while it's flat. You could tie your bow and then retie your bow if you wanted. You know, undo it and lay it flat. But really, just tie it. It just makes life easier. I'll tie this side, or color this side. And it'll dry a little lighter. You could use pumpkin pie, you could use the lighter. Now I'm not even going to bother coloring that side because you're not going to see it. So I don't need to color the entire thing. I'm going to color what you can see. No sense in wasting the ink in your marker. All right, so I'll put that on the side. Bring our card back and our label. And going to grab some dimensionals. For those that know me, you all know I love my dimensionals. I never waste them either. I use all the parts. So I'm just going to put that right on the back. Now I've seen some people that literally will line their piece with dimensionals. You really don't need to do that. If you want to, you can, but I think you're spending a lot more than you need to, money and time. All right, so we're just going to put that right at the bottom. We are going to take some of our mini glue dots. So, and I hope all of you are taking advantage of that starter kit special. They have a 35% off or a 35%, why did I take so many of these? Or a 35% in additional product. So I thought that's really cool. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Can't go wrong with that. All right, so we're going to put that just right here on the side. And here is our card. Isn't that adorable? Happy Halloween. And you could color this a different color too, but I just love a fun fold. All right, so that is card number 1. And card number 2, we are going to make this really simple card. I like sweet and simple cards. Oh, I lost a gem. I'll have to put another one on there. All right, so we will take a piece of our crumb cake and simply going to fold this in half. This is a really quick, easy card. All right, some more of that designer paper that's out of them bones. And we're going to put some adhesive and attach it to our card base. Just a couple little swipes here, and we're going to put that right on our base. All right, we'll put that on the side. Now we are going to take our black mat again, and we're going to do some stamping. So we are going to stamp on a piece of scrap paper a big pumpkin. Now with these photopolymer stamps, I like to just lay them down and pick them up. With these chunkier stamps, you don't really need to worry about it too much, but like how we did the branch. So if you're trying to put it on the block, sometimes it can just twist and turn and lay funny, unless you want it to do that. But if you want it the way it was made to go, just lay it down, it'll go the way it's supposed to, and then you just pick it up. All right. So we will take our pumpkin pie. And we're going to stamp our pumpkin just like that. All right, we're going to grab a little shorty pumpkin. He looks like he's squished. He's so cute. All right, we'll put another pumpkin on there. We could put Mr. Crow back. All right, so before we stamp on our bigger sheet, we are going to punch this out. Now, when I do my punching, I always do it upside down so you can see how to line it up. Now, if you were going to make a bunch of pumpkins and you wanted to use all these papers, what you could do is take just a sheet of cardstock, put it in, punch it out. Then you would have the negative, and then you can place your stamps in all the spaces. And then you could just take that piece and put it right in here, and they'd all punch out perfectly. So I hope that made sense. If not, shoot me a message, and I can do a video on that later. All right, so I'm going to put my pumpkin in here. And we're just going to line it up. And that is the piece I want. So then he is going to go just right about here. I want to line up my other pumpkins. going to use some Cajun Craze. Woo, that was a little squeaky. So we'll start with the smaller pumpkin. I'm going to juice that up. So this is going to go kind of in the middle here. And this, we're just going to move him out of the way because he's going to go right there. All right, we'll clean that. And the color does lighten up just a tad. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to put my pumpkin where I'm going to be putting it. So I can line these up. So I want to put him right about here. Just like that. Now sometimes on these stamps, because it's a full flat, there's like no texture in it, you can go ahead and take, unless you want to try and reline it up again, but you can take a blender pen and just kind of go over the spots that maybe didn't quite fill in as much. So pull some of the ink, or you can just chalk it up to it is a pumpkin, and pumpkins are not perfect. So there's that. All right, so now I'm going to take a dimensional and put that on the back of my pumpkin. I'm only using one. You could use as many as you'd like. Just going to put that right in the center. Now I'm going to close these. And get my green. And now I need some squiggles. I need a squiggle, a big one, I need a little one. I need my stem. There we go. So I'm going to grab my stem. I'll do that one first. Juice that up. I'm just going to put that right there. This guy will go here. And I got some ink on my pumpkin, but that's all right. You won't see it when it's done. All right, let's get some squiggles. So we'll do this one first. It's the bigger one. And we'll go up this way. Just like that. This card just turns out so cute. All right, let's do the other one. The other one, let's see here. Put that right there. Awesome. I don't know how I got the ink on there. Bummer. Alrighty, so now what we're gonna do, we need to punch out a stem for our big pumpkin. So I have just a piece of black, fitting that in, just like that. And I was going to use liquid glue, but it is not here at my desk for some crazy reason. So I'm going to use a mini glue dot, and I'm putting it on the front side of the stem. And I'm going to slide it underneath. Let me turn my paper. So I'm just going to slide it underneath. I'll just press down, and he is attached. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. And I would like to use, you're the pick of the patch. So where is that? There we go. Lay it down flat. Pick it up. And I think I am just going to use black. And we're going to put that right up here in the corner. There we go. clean those off. Let's close this and on to tying a bow. Now this is going to be a smaller bow. Oops. All right, so we're just going to fold. So how do you do your bows? Do you do the bunny ears? Do you wrap it around like you're tying a shoe? Do you use one of the bow makers that they sell somewhere? Let me know. I'm curious. I tried doing the bunny ears and I just can't figure that out. A little challenged on that one. So I do just like we're tying a shoe. Clearly it didn't work there. Let's try it again. Poke it through, pull it tight. And you just kind of play with it a little bit. We're going to make it smaller because I don't want a huge bow. All right. I'm going to trim it. All right. Cut. There we go. Now we will grab some of the mini glue dots. I'm going to use 2 of them. Now if I was doing a piece of linen thread or some twine, I'd probably use just 1, but I want to make sure this bow stays on. So even though I have the little green splotches, you're not going to see it because we're putting the bow right there. And then I'm going to be using, I love these. These are the adhesive backed speckled dots. Super cute. So I'm going to use like the browner ones. I like that. Before we do that though, we're going to glue it onto our Cajun Craze paper here. Just makes it easier to put adhesive on if you do the embellishments after. That right in the center, just like that. And now, let's see here, and my Take Your Pick tool is not on my desk. So, you could always use your fingers, or you can just use your scissors as well. There we go. Use a little smaller one. You know what, the adhesive did not come off on that one, so we'll grab this one. That's why I like the Take Your Pick tool. I don't have to worry about that. Slide it and flip it over, grab some dimensionals. Just 1 and 2, and the shape is finished. And where are the rest of my dimensionals? Ooh, a new sheet. All right. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to just put this right in the center. And here we have our next card. All right. Awesome. I hope you like that. So let's go on to our next card. All right, so we are going to be using very vanilla. We're not going to use any designer paper on this one. I just want to show you that you can always use just what you have. If you have just the plain colored cardstock, you can still make a beautiful card. All right, so we will take our very vanilla and we're going to fold it in half. And we'll put this on the side. Then we have another smaller piece of cardstock, and we are going to grab our ribbon and tie it on right away. And let's tie a bow. After you do the bows a while, it does become a little easier. And then you can always notice when you use different types of ribbon. Some are easier to work with, some are harder to work with. All right, so we'll go out on this one, just like that. And I want to have it on this, then it would be upside down. So we're just gonna rotate it. There we go. And we will put some dimensionals on the back. We can keep going with this. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and here's number 4. Make sure they're pushed down. All right, doesn't look like much now, but just wait. And we'll put this right in the center. All right. So I had already die cut out some leaves out of the Autumn's leaf bundle. And we're just going to put some adhesive on the back and attach them to our card. Now you can go ahead and, you know, kind of rough them up a little bit just to kind of make them look a little more crinkly, but you don't have to. So I'm going to put some adhesive on here, and we'll put it on the back of our Blackberry Bliss, on the back of our yellow one here. And then, before we put them on, we want to take our punch, and I'm just going to punch out a big pumpkin. And then I need some of the green because I need a stem. There's a piece stuck in there. So I need a stem. Just like that. And then I need some leaves. Cut that. That's probably a little loud, wasn't it? All right. Grab some dimensionals. Now, I am going to use 2 dimensionals on this one this time because I want to get the ribbon in between them somehow. All right, so we will put that right about here so it lays nice and flat. Again, I would have grabbed my mini glue to put the rest of the parts of the pumpkin on, but I don't have it at my desk. All right, so we'll kind of slide this one underneath the ribbon just a little bit. There we go. Let's grab a mini glue dot. I'll grab one for the stem and one for the leaves. All right, so put it on the front side. I'll slide it under. Oh, you know what? That dimensional's in the way. So we'll flip it. There we go. Slide this in here as best we can. Now you probably hear my heat kicking in. There we go. Now we need to stamp our sentiment. So I'm going to grab my black mat again. And I'm going to use still the basic block. And doing a harvest of blessings. Again, this is a longer stamp, so you lay it flat, take your block, and just put it over the top. And there we go. All right, we'll close this up. And we'll attach, of course, dimensionals. So they have big dimensionals and they have small ones. I'm just going to use a couple small ones here because I don't want it peeking out from the sides, because I have the white dimensionals and the paper we're using is the very vanilla. I don't want to take the chance of seeing the dimensional peeking out somewhere. Taking those off, and that one. All right, so Harvest of Blessings. And you can always play with your bow so you're not covering up your sentiment. All right, so now we're going to use a bunch of different colors because I think that would be really fun. So we will take that, we'll put one up here. One down there. It's a little fuzzy from the ribbon. Yeah, I'll get it later. Alright, so then we'll grab a little one of the brown ones. So there's 3. We want to make sure we have an odd number, which that is, but we're going to add some more. 3, we'll do 4, and one more. We'll do a bigger pink one. We'll put that there. All right, so here's the card that we just did. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Now, we are on to our box. This box is really fun to do. So don't freak out. There are a lot of parts, but it's all good. So when you get your box, you have the inside of the box and you have the outside of the box. So when you're putting together the inside of the box, all we're doing is we're just folding along the folds. Your tape, you want to fold it so that, and I was just folding it the wrong way. So you want to fold it so that your tape will mesh up with the other side, but you want this on the inside. So I hope that made sense. Clear as mud, right? All right. So we will just peel off the tape. And so when you're doing your boxes, you want to have a flat surface, have the center of the box sitting on your table, fold up one side, fold up the side with the adhesive, and with the center of the box, you're going to just butt it up against the end so you have a nice tight corner. So you're going to do that on all 4 corners. Alright, so these go on the inside. This way. So that one fits. And there we go. Now I probably should have tore that tape off, but that's alright. There it goes. We're going to line that up. Okay, so now we have a nice little container. Now, with the outer portion of the box, you need to listen very closely. So again, you're going to fold it much like we did the other box, the other half of it. Because I made this mistake and I was not happy. I got over it, but okay, so this is going to be the outer portion of the box. So this is the box that we're making. Okay, so we just made this inner portion. That's what this is. Okay, now this outer portion needs to be made just a little bigger so that it can slide in easily. Okay, so to do that, you're going to work one side at a time. You're going to peel the paper. So instead of having everything butted up to the end tight, you're going to not go all the way to the end, you're going to go in a little bit. So you're going to make the opening a little bigger, okay? You're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to make it just a little bigger. See? I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this piece that we folded up is not tight to this side. There's probably like an 1/8 of an inch away from the end. All right, so we're going to do that with this next side. So fold your little tabbies in. I have ink all over my hands. Goodness. I'm going to take the little paper off. Take the paper off. I'm going to put it in, and you want to offset it just a little bit. You don't need a lot, but you want to be able to get your box in comfortably. See, it goes in easy peasy. You don't have to try and fight with it to make it fit. All right, so we are going to decorate. So I cut up a bunch of different paper. We're going to take, I think it's like a 2.5 by 2.5 square, and you're going to need 5 per box. So I just kind of had a couple random pieces. So I think what I'm going to do, flip these over so I can put my adhesive. So put some adhesive on there, some on this. And we'll do this last piece. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in here just to make the box a little sturdier. All right, so I'm going to take one. I'm going to put it on the outside. There's that. Now we need the back, because we don't want a naked box. All right, next one. All right, so we have those 3 sides. Now we want to put one on the top. And you can cut out whatever designer paper you would like to use. And there's that. Now I want to put these bats right on the top here. Let's see here, my adhesive. And we're going to put that right here. Now, if anyone has a 1-inch circle punch, then you can slide it in and cut that. Otherwise, you can just take your scissors and trim away. Doesn't need to be perfect. You just get it best you can. I'm just going to keep trimming, trim. I tried using different kinds of stamps to see if something would come close, and I wasn't finding anything that would work. So I just simply trimmed it out. Now, see, now when I put this box together, I probably should have put that side in just a little more, but that's all right. All right, so then I had gone ahead and I used, I think it's the Modern Oval Punch, and I'm going to put that right on the front. We're just gonna put it flat. And now you could put anything that you wanted on the front. So I had a stamp camp last weekend, and some of the ladies put pumpkins, some of the ladies die cut out the Mr. Bones from the Bones die set. All right, so I'm going to stamp another pumpkin. And I found one of these, so I'm going to use that. Pumpkin, so I need orange. Need my pumpkin pie, I need my big pumpkin. Juice this up. Stamp. All right. And now we're going to add a face to this, but you want to make sure that this is completely dry. Because otherwise, when you're stamping the face, the lines are not very sharp or clear. So lie the little face down. Blow on it a couple times. That's juiced up. There we go. Nice, clean, sharp image. That's why I absolutely love using these black mats. Now for the rubber stamps, you do not need to use them. And I also need to stamp a Happy Halloween. Now I know I have that on a stamp somewhere, or on a block. Maybe, maybe not. Well, we'll come back to it. All right, let's grab the punch. And we will punch him out. Again, do it upside down. There we go. And I don't need all these other little pieces. That is not it. Where on earth? Oh, right in front of me. All right, so we'll put that on. We'll take the pumpkin off. Let's juice up our Happy Halloween. We are just going to trim this out. Here we go. We're just going to use our scissors. So I'll just cut on an angle. And now I don't want it this wide, so I'm just going to trim off. You could use your paper trimmer if you'd like. Alright, so now I will grab a dimensional. Now let's put that right in the center. Peel off the backing. We'll put him off to the side. Mini glue dot for the stem. And we'll slide that underneath. There we go. Happy Halloween. Just tuck that in there. And there we go. Now your little box is ready for the little treats. Now you could also use these same nesting boxes for Christmas. You could create a whole bunch of them for like an advent calendar. You could use these as little stocking stuffers. Co-workers. What coworker doesn't like candy? If they don't like candy, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life. Have to love candy and chocolate. Anyways, so this is our box. All right. Now, before we are finished, we are going to take some ribbon and just tie it up at the top here. You could color it if you'd like, or just leave it the way it is. And tie bow, or you could tie knot. This wouldn't be so horrible if you just did a knot. There we go, just a little bow. Let me trim this. There we go. So, here are the wonderful projects that we made. We made a little Halloween card, which is a fun fold. Opens. Very simple, elegant looking fall card. And then we have another fall card here. And then we made the fun box. And here's the box. Here, we'll take this candy out of this box and we'll shoot it in here. There we go. So you can get some decent sized candy in these little boxes. I'll shoot it in there. There we go. Happy Halloween. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these cards. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day and God bless. Bye-bye.